Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here today. Thank you for joining us and our viewers been on this show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I also want to welcome our guest. We have a special guest today. But before I bring her on board, I'd like to just introduce what the show is all about. And today, Monday, making a difference every day with Sandra Uko. We bring people of great minds, people who have been through turbulent moments, trauma, who have gone from zero to become an hero, to tell their story, to share their story. And we all know that story is one tool that we can use to connect with everyone in the world. And so today I have a guest who'll be sharing a story how she started, because we're all called in our different platforms to make a difference in our world. God has input in each and every one of us a gift, and we all have gifts. So depending on how far you are nesting your gift, what you're putting your giftings to, will determine where you will be and how far you will go. So we all have a gift, all have a calling to doing something that is great in our world and impacting lives around us. And that's just in summary what the show is all about, making a difference every day. But before we go into the show proper, I'd just like to introduce myself. My name is Sandra Uko. I'm a Maxwell Leadership Certified Team Member, Coach, Trainer, and Speaker. I'm a Maxwell Leadership Coach. I'm also a member of the Toastmaster as the Vice President, Public Relations, a best-selling author, and just recently I just got gifted the Presidential Lifetime Award. I'm also a best-selling author, like I earlier said, and also an IT salesperson of over 20 years in the IT industry. I've been selling, selling, selling. So if you need help in selling, you need some kind of advice or some kind of pep talk, something to do to help you bring out your products to the public, to the people who need them, you might want to reach out to me. You can find my number at the description button below at the comment section. Thank you. And the next person you get to see is our guest, and let's welcome her on board. So great to have you, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm grateful.
We'd like to know you, ma'am. My guests would like to meet with you. We'd like to know who Adeola Fayehun is, and that's it.
Hi, my name is Adeola Fayehun. I'm a journalist. I'm also a satirist, and I'm also a YouTuber. I talk about African news. I try to mix it with humor in order for it to make it easy for people to digest the good, the bad, and the in between stories from different parts of Africa, especially from Nigeria, where I'm from.
Awesome, 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 awesome. That's so great to have you, ma'am. I'm so excited to have you on our show today. Thank you for making
Thank
our
you.
time out of your busy schedule. I know that it's a phase. As women, we have different phases. And so I want to quickly get done with you before the baby starts crying and calling for your attention. So I would like to hear from you, like to hear your story, because I just believe that with stories, we're able to reach out to everyone. How did it all start? I know that being a YouTuber, being a journalist, didn't all start rosy. You had difficult moments. You had when you were at the ground level, at the zero level. How did you build it up until this moment? We'd like to hear from you.
So I'm very fortunate to do something that I'm passionate about because to me, what I do is not a career. It's not, a job. It's something that I am very passionate about. Whether I studied journalism or not, I think I would have ended up doing what I'm doing anyways because I am very, very passionate about it. But I'm also very fortunate to be able to study what I am passionate about. When I was younger, I actually wanted to be a lawyer at some point. Because people tell me that I can talk. I don't know if I can talk or not, but hey, people think I can talk. But then I would always watch Femi Oke on CNN at the time, and I would try to act like I was her. I would mimic her. And then when I got to the US to go to college, I had the opportunity of studying whatever I wanted. And so I decided that I would study journalism and mass communication. And that was where it started. I started with writing news for the school newspaper when I was on campus. So if you're studying journalism on campus, you have to cover everything that happens on campus as well as everything that happens in the town where the school is located. I hear some kind of echo. I just wanted to make sure that it's not coming from me. Or are you hearing it?
I am. I think it's my heater. I just put it on.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, so if you're a journalism student, you have to cover everything that is happening on campus and off campus, and you also have to cover like national news as well. So I started out reporting for the school's newspaper, and we published every week. And I also started out doing a show on the school radio. Um, so I had a show every Sunday. I was in the gospel show, and then I started a TV program on campus. And then when I decided to do my master's, I decided to do it in broadcast journalism. I focused solely on broadcast journalism. And I decided that I wanted to have my own media company. But when I went to Nigeria, they told me every reason why it can't happen because I would have to pay millions of naira for a license fee, would have to go through the presidency and so on. So I was like, screw that. I came back to the US and I was making YouTube videos. And then I had the opportunity of working at Sahara TV, or let me say, working to help start Sahara TV. It wasn't just me, it was me, Dr. Damages, Rudolph Okonko, and another lady. I don't know why I forgot her name just now. Anyway, the three of us, um, we were able to work on getting Sahara TV started, and I worked there for 6 years. And then I started doing my own thing, and so that is how it all started. Now the passion came from leaving Nigeria. Sorry, the third person is Tracy. That's the name of the third person. So me, Rudolph Okonkwo, and Tracy. So the passion came from leaving Nigeria and seeing how life is outside of Nigeria. I had never traveled out of Nigeria until I came here to go to college. And when I came and I saw that everybody had access to basic amenities, I was really shocked. The light was stable, the electricity was stable, the water was always running, and there was security in the sense that there was no I've never heard of armed robbery on the road since I moved here. It's been 20 years. I have never heard of any armed robbery on the road, and there was nobody breaking into your house. At least where I was in Olivet in Michigan, and so I was really mad because I couldn't understand why our leaders could not do the same thing for us in Nigeria, being that they were all coming here and they all had children here. Some of their wives live here. And I just don't understand why they see how life is elsewhere and why they cannot do that for us in Nigeria. So I was really, really upset. And I started drafting like a TV show and things that I would talk about if I have the opportunity. And so the passion came from being really, really upset that Nigerian officials are not replicating what they are saying outside. I feel like they are keeping us in systematic in poverty.
Mm,
They are systematically keeping us in poverty
mm.
by choice. Because I realized that when you know better, you ask for better, you demand for better, you don't settle for less.
Yeah.
So I was really mad because of that. And so I think the show is my own therapy, my own way of lashing out my anger, while I'm also making people laugh so that they are not angry every time they watch my show. So I think that was how it all started.
Oh, that's a great passion. Having passion, getting angry, seeing the way things are going on, and bringing out something great from that, even in the negative news. Still, you're still adding humor, and people are receiving it, smiling. I really do appreciate. That's a great one, ma'am, and
Thank
that's
you.
I would say it's a plus. Sometimes there's some news you get to hear. And one reason a lot of people will tell you don't listen to news because it's all negative
It's
things
depressing.
you get to hear. But sincerely, when it comes to you, when I listen to you, there's something to laugh about. Peace out and all those. It's so
Peace
lovely, and
out.
it's so fun. In the midst of all the negative news, we can still
Yeah.
smile. I appreciate that. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
And I'm sure this message can even reach out to some of their kids, some of their loved ones somewhere. But just for them to know that we're really hitting the nail on the head. We need help. And we can only get help from within. It is said that everything that we need to live life is already around us and within us. Meaning we have the power and we have everything to do what and to make life better. So I'm sure that even the leaders that are not yet leaders in the different fields can take a leave and borrow from your advice to do something great. I think we're in a new phase, and I know that God is working behind the
Amen.
scene concerning Nigeria. We will be
Mm,
there again. I just know that. That's the positivity I have concerning the country. It's the
mm.
greatest in Africa, but I know that there is a reason why we do all these things are happening. Thank you so much. But when you left working with Sahara in the startup, and when you were doing yours, were you making money all of a sudden, as in money was coming in for you, beside being your passion? Were you making something from it?
Okay, so because this is my passion, I didn't really intend on working for foreign media here. Right from time, I just wanted to have my own media company. Although I didn't mind doing it like temporarily, but the goal has always been to have my own media company. Plus, they will always tell me that I have an accent. So I'm just like, it is what it is. This is me. This is what you get. I
Ooh,
cannot
yeah, we're
feel
proud of what we have.
accent or no accent. I have gifts and I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
So when I actually finished from graduate school, I started out working at CUNY TV, Channel 72, sorry, Channel 75 in New York. And I worked there and I was a producer. And I would cover like UN stories and I would cover African news in New York. And then I was covering a lot of um, African media, anything African related. But it wasn't just that. Anything that is owned by immigrants, I should say. Yes,
Okay.
we were covering that. And so one of the people that I featured when I was working at CUNY TV as a producer was the owner of Sahara TV, Omoyele Showe. So I did a whole video about him. I interviewed him and all that. And so when I was working at CUNY TV as a producer, I was living a good life. It paid well for someone that just finished their master's or for an entry level. So it was really good. Health insurance, everything. I had massage.
Good.
They will always remind us, I don't forget to use your massage. Use
Oh
it or
my
leave
God, awesome.
use it or lose it, kind of a thing. So everything was going great. But then my dad passed away suddenly, and because I had just started, I wasn't a full time staff yet. I mean, I was working full time, but I had just started. I wasn't entitled to bereavement, what's it called, leave. They could only give me 4 days, and there was no way I could take 4 days to go to Nigeria to bury my dad and come back. So I had to either go bury my dad or keep my job. And I said there was no way I would, you know, miss burying my dad. So I had to resign from that job. It was quite sad. So I had to resign. And then when I came back, I just started doing my own thing, doing stories about Africans in New York. And so I started doing stories just about Africans. I was making videos, interviewing restaurant owners, African dance um, company, things like that. So I was interviewing Africans, doing African stories. I wasn't making money, but that's my passion. I would do all that. I would put it on YouTube. Not many people were watching, but I just wanted to tell stories of Africans. I just felt like the stories of Africans needed to be told. So I wasn't making big money. And then when I had the opportunity to work at Sahara TV, I was never a full-time staff. I was a freelancer because Showore knew that I had my own media company before he invited me to work in building Sahara TV. And so the 6 years that I was there, I was a freelancer. So I was also working as a foreign correspondent for the Nation newspaper when I came back from burying my dad. So basically, I was doing several things together, you know. Somehow we were making ends meet, but I'm trying to say I wasn't a full time staff anywhere. You know, anything that comes with like insurance, massage, whatever, all that
Wasn't there?
was done. Because at that point, I wanted to just do what I've always wanted to do. And so when I left Sahara, again, it's like, you know, working on fate. But I knew that it was time to leave. I had been there for 6 years, so it wasn't like I went in and just left. So I was there for 6 years. And then when I started doing my show on my own, I wasn't making money for a long time. So, but then the main lesson is whatever you're passionate about, keep doing it. And sometimes when people see that you're doing well in an area, they may not know how deep you have to dig before you get there. Now, me, I have not made it. I haven't, I'm yet to make it, I should say. I've not arrived at all, but God has been faithful. We are here, we're eating rice and beans, and our skin is glowing. God is faithful, you know. We are able to buy eyebrow pencil. No eyelashes, as you can see. We still need money for eyelashes.
Oh my
But
God.
all jokes aside, I've been doing the show now for 13 years because I actually started in 2011 when I was at Sahara.
Wow.
Well, I was doing it before I went to Sahara. I used to call it African. Uh, I was doing it for a website called African Mag at the time.
Okay.
So I forgot what I called it. Something African Mag, sha. So, but then when I went to Sahara TV, when I started working there, I didn't start with the show. I started out, you know, trying to get the station set up. We were all just trying to get the station set up. It was later that we started doing different shows. But I've been doing Keeping It Real now since 2011. So it will be 13 years at the end of this year.
Oh,
And then I
awesome.
started doing it on my own in 2017. So God has been faithful.
Oh, awesome. That's you can see what being passionate about something can do. That means it keeps you consistent doing what you need to
Yeah.
do. And more
Yeah.
so, I tell people, I said, once you find your passion, just stay by it. Just keep doing it.
Say right.
Some-
Yeah.
You want to say something?
No, I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah, stay by it, being consistent. Someday when it's time, just like David mentioned Mephibosheth. Someday the king will look for you. Someday somebody somewhere is sponsoring.
Amen. Oh, King, you should look for me.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm here. Oh.
it will happen sincerely. That's why I tell people, I said, just be consistent at what you do. When people know that you're doing this for passion and not for the money, for the lives you're touching is a lot. I have learned a lot from you when you brought those African cuisine. When
Oh, okay.
was it dundun and one other word again? When she
Yes.
told her story, is like, hearing people's story that they can go from zero to hero. They started somewhere, but they were consistent at it. In Nigeria, of course, in Africa, anyone who cooks food is being looked down on, mama puts or something. We don't look them with eye up there like we have the
Yeah.
restaurants here. But I found that when I listened to her story, I was touched and I was moved. That you can start from wherever, whatever skill you have, whatever passion you have, whatever you love to do, being consistent
Be
and just start
consistent.
small and
Yes.
continue. All you need is God providing your daily bread every day, so big
Yes.
and eat it so big. and someone would see you and so all of a sudden, oh my God, this person is so, and they wouldn't know where your story started from, how you
Yeah,
started,
exactly.
how you cry in your secret area, how you
Yeah,
call God to bless your endeavors.
yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to hear your story, because
Thank you.
sincerely behind the scene, I'm like, oh, Diola is enjoying, her. I want to be like her when I grow. And I was like, oh God, I need to get to meet with you. And I'm excited. And
Thank
thank God for the person God used. There's always someone God will always use. That's the
you.
connecting link. And
Yeah.
that's why I tell people, I said, relationship is key. In
Yes,
keeping relationship, you can lose money and make money. But
but
relationship,
no
when lost,
relationship.
sometimes you might not be able to get it back. I've lost
No,
relationship, and I cherish keeping the ones I have, just to make sure I have it, sacred. Nothing is, and
mm,
thank God for my mentor who linked me up with her. And today I am live with the superstar. I'm so excited. And I'm sure my kids will be, because when I told them I'm meeting with Diola, he said, Mommy, that YouTuber? Oh my God. So it's a
Thank
great one.
you.
It's a great one, Mom. Thank you so much. And I know that
Thank
this
you.
is just the beginning of greater things to come. God ain't
Amen.
done with you yet. You know.
Amen.
And it says, do not despise the days of little beginning. Days will
Yeah.
come and we will walk into your media, we will come for excursion, feet and
Amen.
everything. I am really treated by the story, and I
Thank
know
you.
our viewers too who would be watching and stumbling across it. In case you want to reach out to hear more from her, Jella is always, she's just very, the humble personality you're seeing here is Jella herself. So you can always, if you want to reach out, come to me, reach out to me. I'll give you
Okay.
the link to her. Thank you so much, Ma. I want to say
Thank
thank you to our viewers who are on this show. Thank you for joining us. And it is said that a leader is the one who knows it and shares it with others. We don't know it and keep it to ourselves. We try to want to be a blessing to our world. So if you know it and you have some information that can be a blessing to your neighbor, and you are not bringing it out there, you're not doing yourself good. It is said that what you think you know, when you keep doing it and keep sharing it with others, you get good at doing it. The compounding effect comes. If you know how to sew and you sew for everybody, every day you sew, you get better at being a seamstress. So I want to say thank you to our viewers. I also want to thank our guests. Thank you so much, Tiela, for making our time to being with us on this show.
thank you for having me.
Yeah. If you've made it this far into this video, thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe so you can support your girl. Thank you.